Hello, everyone, and welcome to the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius Feng Shui. I couldn't be happier that this total lunar eclipse is happening now because this is a big supercharger. The idea of eclipses is that they are radical, quick shifts that also unfold over the 6 months ahead. So it's not just like, boom, your whole life is going to be turned upside down all at once, but there's really this powerful, sometimes things do happen really quickly, powerful stuff that happens so that you are on the right path, doing what you need to do to get what you need in order to move and fulfill your highest and greatest purposes and everything else. The idea is that these are the kind of redirections and amplifications that really put you on the right path or help to expand the path that you're on or bring more energy and revive things around you. So in all ways, this is magnificent. Now, lunar eclipses are about releasing the blocks, releasing the stuff in the way, releasing, and this is a total lunar eclipse. So deep release of everything standing in the way, cleansing all the things that are not aligned. So for a minute, let's go back to this concept of alignment. Alignment is when your thoughts, words, actions, and energy are really in tune with, aligned with, lined up with what you want, what is most important, what you value. So let's just say, will it be in terms, someone asked, of career or growth? So many astrologers say that you should look at what house of the actual eclipse this falls in for you. So this is 5 degrees of Sagittarius. So if you were to look up your astrological chart and find 5 degrees of Sagittarius on your chart and see what house number there, it's like a chart, looks like a pie, and it's divided into 12 sections, and each of those sections has a number within it. And if you see what number 5 degrees of Sagittarius is on your chart, you can see exactly where astrology believes that this will impact you, where it will shift your life. I'm not quite sure where 5 degrees Sagittarius is for me. I think it's my 3rd house. But once you find out what house it is, then you can Google what does that number 5 house or number 4 house stand for, and you'll understand more of how this will affect you personally. It's always wonderful to know and to kind of familiarize yourself with your chart. If you're working with the moons or the eclipses or anything else, or any big astrological happening, it's always nice to know where it's personally happening for you and what energy that might shower down on you. But I want to remind you that the power of intention is incredibly powerful. So if you want more personal growth in a specific way, intend for that. And that's what you're going to be working on as you move forward. It's not just that the cosmos is doing something to you, you are happening to life. So if you want career growth or you want growth in your wellness or in anything else, intend for that to happen. Now, there's the strong energy of both wellness and abundance in this next 6-month cycle. Lighting the fire in your life under all the things you're passionate about, cleansing away all of the obstacles and old beliefs and things that are not really aligned with you. And then also getting yourself in a place where you are revived. We talked about this in the last video we did about Jupiter and Pisces and the idea of how everyone is so burned out these days. And this is a time of committing yourself to, or maybe finding or learning about things that you can do to revive the fire in your life, to revive your life force, to get past and bounce back and truly recharge deeply from burnout or from too much work or too much stress, cleansing away that stress and bringing back your energy so that you can manifest much more quickly. When I post this video, I will put a link below to the free Breakthrough Camp manifesting video series, the Feng Shui video series that will help you to deeply cleanse your environment of all the things, the energies and stuff that doesn't really line up with you so that you can make big breakthroughs. But for right now, we're going to talk about lots of things you can do even before you watch the videos. You can start doing now. This is happening on May 26th on a Wednesday. I usually do these on Thursday. That's why I'm here way ahead of time. And this is also such a big symbolic event that I feel like it's a really good thing to have some time to contemplate and also to take action, to get into the spirit of this, opening up of all this energy, cleansing in such a big way. So start in your home with home cleansing, deep cleaning. Deep cleaning, meaning go through each room of your house, room by room, and deeply clean. So you might want to start with one room, like a bathroom today or tomorrow, and deeply clean everything, scrub and polish and declutter and organize as much as you can. You don't have to do it every bit of clutter, every bit of stuff, but deeply clean each room and tidy it up. Move on to the next and the next. And by the time you get to Wednesday, you'll really have a lot of space for yourself, right? You'll really have made this tremendous amount of progress. So deep cleaning opens up the energy to receive new things. This is very powerful. All full moons are releases, releasing what doesn't serve you so you can bring in more of what you want. That out with the old, in with the new saying. Here, we're going deeper into that out with the old, in with the new sentiment, because again, it's going to be going on for 6 months. And it's going to really help us to clear away the stuff that isn't for us. So to give you an example in terms of this cleansing, you might have certain habits or overthinking habits, worrying habits, and you realize every time I go to take a risk or move forward or do something, I start thinking about it, and then I talk myself out of it, and then I don't do it, and then I look back and I regret it, and I do this over and over and over again, and I'm done. I'm going to really be aware of that now, and I'm going to shift that now. One ritual you can do on the eclipse itself on Wednesday or even on Tuesday is to sit down and just grab a piece of paper or a notebook and write out all the things that you are done with. I am done with this habit of procrastination. I'm done with worrying about things I have no control over. I'm done with everything, maybe specific issues, specific obstacles, certain worries, whatever it might be. You're going to write it all out, read it, and declare, okay, I'm choosing to release this now, and rip out the piece of paper, shred it up into little bits, and toss it. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, sometimes I will hold the piece of paper over a flame by the kitchen sink and I will let it burn because Sagittarius is fire. Welcome, Sagittarius, fire, lots of fire energy. You can also put all of the scraps of paper in an old pot on your stove, and I like to put it actually near the sink again, light it on fire, watch it all burn, and imagine it all being transformed into light, into something brighter. Only use fire if you can use it safely. You're doing this at your own risk, and you never want to take a risk when it comes to fire. Some people feel like they can do these things very easily and very safely. If you don't feel safe with it, just tearing it up and making that strong decision can be powerful in itself. Now, when we're talking about this cleansing and the fire, the cleansing fire, you can also on the night of or the day of, or even leading up to it, leading up to this big total lunar eclipse, you can start lighting your favorite candles throughout your house every day and bringing in more of those sparks of fire energy. It is very calming, very meditative, and also can be very, very very potent. You do a fire ritual in a fireproof bowl outside on your porch. That sounds lovely. That sounds amazing. And it's so nice to see you live as well. This is all brilliant and so important. So the idea isn't that you just burn something and then boom, you'll never overthink again, or you'll never have this issue again. This is the symbolic initiation of a new way of operating, a new operating basis where you're not operating the way you did before. Remember, you do the same things, you get the same results. So when you do something like this, whether you shred it or burn it or whatever you decide is comfortable for you, you're initiating a new cycle for yourself where you have a whole different awareness about what is for you. So if you catch yourself overthinking and worrying, you go, no, I'm going to do something else. If you catch yourself doing something that you said you weren't going to do, you're just going to be kind to yourself and go, okay, I'm done with this. Let me go change this habit. Maybe you start a new habit that's more supportive for you. But the idea here is you're initiating this new, absolutely cleansing time where things change in powerful, positive ways. So releasing your mind of the things that you've been overthinking about is really potent for this time, because Sagittarius is fire, and Sagittarius is about action, not dwelling. How many of you have thought about things and thought about things and thought about things to the point where now you're afraid to do them where you weren't before? And then how many of you have had an experience where you decided to do something and it felt right, it seemed right, and you just dove right in and did it. And looking back, you think, whoa, that was crazy. I just took such a big creative risk right there. And I'm so glad I did. It felt so good. Right? And the difference is magnificent. It's the fire energy of just saying, go for it. Go, do it. Leap, say yes. Don't get stuck in your head. Yep. Action. Always go for it. Indeed. The best times are when you follow yourself. I hear you. And we're not all raised that way. It's not all habitual for us to know something is right, know it's aligned with us, and then just go, let's do it. Usually it's like, whoa, let me think about this for a while. Let me go through it all. Let me look at every aspect of it. And then I'm going to talk myself out of it. And then it's not going to be an issue. Now, I'm not suggesting that you be, completely impulsive and so spontaneous that you could be like, just wildly sort of off the rails or anything like that. Usually these things aren't, and usually you aren't. You're just being very drawn toward what feels right. And following more of that is going to be the magic secret to all the time ahead. Yep. Hopefully some epic shifts. I hear you. So one of the things that's really important for this time, once you've cleansed your house, maybe you've cleansed the energy, you've made your list, done a release ritual, let it all go, is to think about what is that thing that you want to expand in the 6 months ahead. What is the thing? The themes that are really rich and active in the air right now are wellness and abundance. Powered by love, lots of Venus energy, wellness, abundance, love. How could it be better than that, guys? One of the beautiful things that I should mention about this eclipse that lots of astrologers have talked about is that this eclipse might uncover hidden information that serves us in incredible ways. So I don't know if you've seen lately all the reports about UFOs being talked about on the news in America, but I know you're all over the world. But lots of people are official people are discussing their sightings of UFOs. That could be some hidden information coming to the surface that serves us in some way. There might be breakthroughs, medical breakthroughs, things that come to the surface that help free us. Again, this is about what will free you and align you and bring you more wellness and abundance. So maybe there will be some big medical breakthroughs. I am praying for that one. And also, you might learn things taking a class. You might learn things from someone. Someone might tell you something or bring you an opportunity that's this hidden information you didn't know right now that can really transform your life. So pay attention to what is drawing you in. Pay attention to what you learn, what comes up, what keeps coming up. And notice, like, okay, I've seen this thing 5 times. Let me look at what this is. Let me pay attention to this because the universe is trying to show me something. My life is trying to teach me something. So all of this, again, is serving to put you on the path that's going to be the best for you. How do you know when something's the best for you? Because it feels the best and it makes things expand in life. And that's the zooming forward, this 6 months of zooming forward. So the overarching goal of this entire eclipse season is your passions, your priorities, your values leading your life. What lights you up leading your life? So what is it that lights you up? What is it that's going to make this big, magnificent difference? One fabulous astrologer who I love so much, if you don't follow her, Molly Mccord, she's incredible. She talked about this eclipse and this eclipse season as being a time where you might start like a dream career or a new passion that is, becomes larger than life, like everything expands at this time and really attached to your dreams. I know, isn't she amazing? She's so next level incredible. There are so many incredible astrologers on YouTube. I love YouTube so much for so many reasons, and you can learn so much. So this idea of what is that dream, or you might already be working on the dream, but how can you expand it to the next level? So the astrologer's name is Molly, Molly, and then Mccord, Mccord. And I think you'll love her. She's really, really wonderful and really gets into depth in terms of all of the transits and all of the things happening. One of the things that you can do in terms of feng shui is to start in the next 6 months. So even think for the second half of the year, how can I cleanse away more of the things I don't want to see? And how can I bring in things that I am truly, truly excited about? And if you are burned out, which again, we talked about a lot in the last video we did last week, if you are really burned out, if you have been waking up exhausted, if you have been dragging yourself around, if you have been working on empty, like really like caffeine and just running on empty, or you feel mentally overwhelmed or anything else, now is a time to build back your fire. Now is a time to build back your fire, your natural fire. We all have every element within us, according to traditional Chinese medicine and feng shui. We have all the elements within us, but when we burn out our fire by working and working and working and working and working and working and not resting and taking in so much information and everything else that we do, it's time to rebuild your fire. One of the reasons why people think they can't manifest, or they've lost their magic, or they can't make things happen like they used to, or you lose hope and you lose passion and you lose enthusiasm and you're just like, I'm so over it. I don't want to hear about this anymore. You might not even want to hear about any like self-help wellness stuff anymore. You might just be like, I'm done. I'm so overwhelmed. Everyone's telling me to do so many things and work so hard and I don't have time for it. I get it. That burnout, that's the key. If you do nothing more than gradually cleanse your home and work on refilling your energy, everything else will flow from there. When you're full of your life force, when you are well rested, when you are aligned within energetically, everything will flow so much easier for you. You know those days where you feel amazing, you probably slept really well, you feel amazing, you had just wonderful things happen, and the whole world falls into place. And then there are weeks and months where we're just like, oh, make it stop, make the email stop. I can't do anymore. And in those times, it's very, very difficult to make things happen. Your energy changes everything. So work on fueling you. This is a great time for new wellness practices, a great time for easy things that you can do, more fruit and vegetables, more nature, getting back to your personal basics that are going to fill you up, shutting off the computer. Yep, looking for that shift, fueling up. And fueling up is not like a fueling up type thing. It's actually relaxing into and allowing yourself to be fueled. The energy that you approach it with makes a big difference. So I used to approach things like, oh, gee, I'm burned out. Let me make a list of 100 things I'm going to do to be not burned out anymore. And it's like, that's the opposite. Now I'm giving myself so much work to do and I'm already burned out. How is that going to help me? And it took a while for me to finally understand how I was keeping myself on this hamster wheel of endless churning and grinding and never having this real relief or release. And as you burn out your fire, it becomes harder for things to pop and flow and just radiate. Your rest and your renewal can be the key to your manifesting and your breakthroughs. So this is very exciting and it should ultimately feel really good. So the idea of cleansing away the blocks, freeing yourself, freeing your mind, doing that release ritual, cleansing space, and getting into that restoration of your true fire. This is where amazing things start to happen. So it's 6 months of really zooming forward in so many ways. And if you have questions, I'm going to look through and see if anyone has questions. So many of you have shared so much. I love reading these chats. Someone tried lemons in a bowl for space clearing yesterday. It does seem to have made a difference already in the energy in the place I used it. That's amazing. There are so many videos for those of you who are new to the channel. If you're new, subscribe. I share tons of stuff all the time. It's so much fun for me to be on YouTube and to get to know you guys. And I encourage you to try the easy things like lemons, to do space clearing and all the other methods that I share that resonate with you. Because I like things to be as easy as possible so that you can have benefit and you don't have to struggle to do things. Less struggle, more getting it done. Lots of you feeling like you overthink too much. One helpful thing, I'm a big thinker. I'm aware of this constantly. I have things that I will do when I find myself overthinking. One of the first things I do when I find myself overthinking is I will go clean something. It sounds so funny. It's like you're giving yourself more to do, but at least it takes my mind off of this spiral. I like to do something physical. Another thing I like to do are stretches, or I'll bounce on my trampoline. Again, get my energy out of my head and into my full body. You might come up with some things for you. You might do a few minutes of yoga if you're overthinking, or you might do a little meditation. That might be a little too mental, but it might work for you. You might decide that this is a time where you take a shower or do something to refresh yourself quickly. All of these things have little things that you can work with, so that you can get out of that spiral and interrupt it. And in the process, you might just clean your house more, or you might just get a little extra exercise or whatever it is. And it works in such amazing ways. I hear you. This is so great. I'm so happy that a lot of you are having applying the School of Intention and Cash Camp basics to the bathroom. Lots of emotions have been revealed. I'm so happy you're starting to see how all the work and the feng shui shows up in your home and your life. This is great. I'm wishing you all the refueling, relaxing, allowing, and getting into motion. When I was in college, I had to clean my whole house before I could study for a big test. It was more work, but I couldn't focus until I did it. Totally understand. And remember, like, there's the energy with which you do things matters. So you can clean your whole house frantically, and then you'll be like, oh, I'm so exhausted. Or you can clean your whole house and listen to a podcast or play music and really enjoy the process and feel invigorated. So it's about action, but not about action that burns you out. It's about action that revives you. Kind of like how certain movement practices like yoga and Tai Chi and even some Pilates and Qigong and many other movement practices, walking can revive your energy. Even though it's an action, it's revitalizing and aligning you. This is a time of incredible alignment. Again, when I post this video, if you come back to it later, I will have a link to the free Breakthrough Camp video series. The Breakthrough Camp is now open, which is so exciting. It's 8 weeks of feng shui to totally align your energy, your chakras, and also align your home. And so that you're in that space where things start happening. And the free video series will help you again with this deep energetic cleansing everywhere, which is so enlivening and incredible. I don't know if any of you noticed, because I guess my hair is still long. I feel like it's so short right now. But one of the things I did to initiate this new cycle is yesterday, after 2 years, I got like 4 inches of hair cut off. So I'm used to having hair that's like here, and now it's here, and it feels really weird. But it feels amazing. I'm not used to it. I'm like, where's all my hair? But that could be something that you do, something symbolic. Get a haircut, get your nails done, do some sort of thing for yourself that maybe, a new color, a new something, a new lipstick, a new, if you're a guy watching this, you're included as well. I know it's a lot of women, but also many men, and I welcome you all. Wear a different color, do something different for you that's going to bring new energy to you. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. So this is going to be really fun. Enjoy this so much. I'm so curious to see what comes up for you. Next week, we're going to talk about the amazing retrograde. Again, I know people think Mercury retrograde is a lot of things. It is the most prosperous time of year. It can be the greatest recharger. And in all these themes of recharging so that you manifest more, it's a perfect time for Mercury retrograde to be coming around as well. So we're going to get into that. But in the meantime, this is going to be pretty epic season of so much good stuff. So I'm wishing you so much abundance, so much wellness, so much revitalized energy, so much freedom from all that stuff in your head that stops you from moving forward, comparisons and thinking and wondering and feeling more instead, and feeling amazing, and letting all the things that you're passionate about start lighting up in your life. It doesn't have to be instant. This is 6 months of opening up everything. And I'm just so psyched. I'm so excited that you're excited for all of this. And I'm so glad you've always appreciated that I don't dread Mercury retrograde. I look forward to it. I find out where it is and I get so excited. I'm so happy that you're all here. These are so fun for me to do. Thank you. And back soon. If you have questions, you can always leave them below when this is posted as well. And again, I'll post the link for the free manifesting video series and the Breakthrough Camp so that you all can explore and experience and dive in and do what you want to do. Here's to your breakthroughs, and here's to the most amazing week ahead. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.